Let's watch Bernie Sanders. Nobody should have voted for the terrible CR. I want to hear what Bernie's got to say about this. Let's see if Bernie agrees with me, okay? He Trump did strikes on Yemen. Yeah. On Yasan. I think that's how you say it. Sejan? I think it's Sejan. I don't know. I'm from the trailer park. Anyways, let's watch Bernie. Nobody should have voted for this terrible CR.
On this terrible continuing resolution written by right-wing Republicans in the House with no input from anybody but themselves.
Yep.
This bill
partisan.
moves our country toward authoritarianism by usurping Congress's constitutional responsibility to determine how federal funds are spent, and creates at the same time a slush fund for Elon Musk and Donald Trump to continue their war against the working families of our country.
Fucking exactly. And here's the second part about that, is that this is a CR that goes until September. So right now, polls were showing that Democrats, Republicans, and Trump, right? That's who was in the poll. 53% of people said that they would blame Donald Trump or the Republicans for the shutdown. And that's rightly so, because when you have one side of the House that says we're not going to work with the other side of the House, we're not going to include anything that's going to be helpful to, Democratic constituents that make up 50% or more of our society, that's a fucking problem. But if we would have shut down the government today, that would have been perfectly fine. People would have agreed. Now, if you want to get closer to holidays, you're talking about September, you're talking about Christmas, and now you're going to start talking about a government shutdown? Now you've put yourself in an even worse place to make the argument that it's time to shut down the government.
This bill puts more and more power into the hands of the White House. At a time when 60% of our people are living paycheck to paycheck and millions are struggling to keep their heads above water, this bill makes massive cuts to housing, healthcare, and nutrition, jeopardizes the functioning of the Social Security Administration, and continues the Trump administration's attack against veterans and the Veterans Administration.
Yep.
This bill will make the rich richer and the poor poorer.
As they always do. And the one thing that is like a silver lining to this is you guys are seeing all over the place right now, you're seeing veterans stand up and say, this is bullshit. Like, I gave for my country. My friends sacrificed for this country. And now you're firing me without even like sitting down with me and talking to me. Not because I had bad reviews, not because I had bad performance, but because you think that I'm a waste? Like, if there's one group of people in this country that you shouldn't piss off, is going to be the veterans. And it just shows how fucking dumb Elon Musk is and how dumb Donald Trump is that they don't even get that they are pissing off the worst people to piss off in this country. And I hope they fuck around and find out.
In order to pass this legislation, the Republicans needed 60 votes, which meant that they had to have 7 votes from Democrats. And they got them. Actually, they got 10 votes.
It's fucking insane.
That is sad. That is an absolute dereliction of duty on the part of the Democratic leadership. Nobody in this Senate should have voted for this dangerous bill. In America today, as all of you know, we face an unprecedented set of crises. We are moving rapidly toward an oligarchic form of society where Elon Musk and other billionaires are running the government. We are moving rapidly toward authoritarianism, where Trump is ignoring the Constitution and the separation of powers. We are moving rapidly toward a massive Republican bill, a reconciliation bill, that will cut Medicaid and other programs desperately needed by working families.
Yep, and it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing over and over and over again with this administration. It's going to be, we say this is going to happen. People say, you're crazy. People are like, What's wrong? Trump would never do that. Trump would never do that. Then Trump does it. He gives them a whack-ass explanation like, bro, I found the fraud using my algorithms. Elon's a genius. And then Trump supporters go, that's based. That's actually real. Like, Trump's right. Medicaid's got to go. Like, over and over and over again, we've seen this play out.
In order to provide the 1% with over $1 trillion in tax breaks.
God
damn. And in the midst of
$1 trillion
all of that, climate change, the existential threat to our planet, is completely ignored by the Republican leadership. So, where do we go from here? As you've heard me say many times, the economic and political crises facing our country will not be solved here in Washington, D.C. The system is just too corrupt. As a result of Citizens United, billionaires are able to spend unlimited sums of money buying and selling politicians, and that is what they do.
Yep.
Further, on any given day, thousands of corporate lobbyists roam the halls of Congress doing the bidding of their corporate masters.
Once again, all these Trump supporters talk about how corporations like BlackRock, bro, they're taking over, they're doing all this shit, which, of course, BlackRock now is in Donald Trump's pocket. That's not hypocritical at all. They shouldn't be able to just buy politicians. Big Pharma shouldn't be able to buy politicians. Fucking big green energy, whatever you want to call it, okay? That's what they're big on big green energy. They hate big green energy. I don't even know if green energy is big, but they hate it. Even if you want to posit this question to a Trump supporter, where you would say, okay, you don't like the pharmaceutical industry. You don't like green energy. You don't like corporations that you don't agree with like Target, right? Do you accept that those people having the ability to influence politicians to either make their businesses more profitable or you poorer, do you accept that that's a bad thing? And they can't do it. They can't do it because Citizens United is backed by somebody like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is one of those people that have played both sides of this game. He was a lobbyist as a businessman that lobbied politicians to give better tax breaks to him as a wealthy person, and now he's the president of the United States. You don't get much more corrupt than that.
If there has ever been a time in the modern history of our country where ordinary people at the grassroots level have got to stand up and fight back, now is that time. Now is the time to reclaim our democracy. Now is the time to demand that we have an economy that works for all of us and not just the billionaire class. Now is the time.
How is that a bad message? This is what I'm saying. Every time that I approach people on the left and say, you know, Bernie's not some kind of extremist. Bernie's, you know, his ideas aren't really that far-fetched. Like, sure, does it need to be, you know, taken to other people, looked at, and then you have, you know, the conservative point of view, the establishment Democrat point of view, and then Bernie's point of view, and then you find something policy-wise that works. Sure, that's the way the government's supposed to work. But do you really think this is what an extremist sounds like? Is this really communism? Is this really like the worst form of government that you've ever heard of before? This right here, saying billionaires are bad and people should fucking stand up and use their voice and help each other become more successful and happy in our society. That's extremism? Come on, man.
For each and every one of us, as proud Americans, to get involved in the political process in any and every way that we can. Because here is the simple truth. The vast majority of the American people, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, do not want to see us maintain a corrupt campaign finance system which allows billionaires to buy elections. The vast majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, do not want to see Congress give tax breaks to billionaires and cut programs that low-income and working families need. The vast majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, do not want to see a handful of billionaires running our government. The vast majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, do not want to see us lose our democracy and move toward authoritarianism. The truth is, we can stop all of that. We can create a government that works for all of us and not just the few.
That's pretty extreme, Bernie. Pretty extreme.
But as evidenced today, it ain't going to happen here in Washington. It's going to happen out in your community, and in your community, and in your community. We are the majority. They are the 1%. The vast majority of the people are with us. They have the billionaires. Let us go forward together. Let us create the kind of nation you and I know that we can become. Thank you very much.
Dude, Bernie is so fucking based, dude. Like, there's no, like, the video was the video was them voting on the CR was a terrible idea. And the man finds a way to still make it sound like he's just trying to get everybody together. If that's extremism, I'm straight up terrorizer, right? Like, this dude right here comes out and says, what we want is to make a world for everybody where they feel good. And fucking certain people on the left are like, fucking commie, socialist. It's like they're still to this day so goddamn sensitive from the Red Scare that they're afraid that any single thing that's ever said by a person that even comes close to a socialistic policy is extreme. Come on now. Come on. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and check out that video on the screen now.